I ask for the members present.
Member Gerard,
Here.
Member Schultz,
Here.
Member Moran,
Here.
Member Murphy,
Here.
and Chairman Bob Carthel.
Here. Next item on the agenda is public comment, and we have been presented with a public comment by email, I guess, but it relates specifically to one of the cases on the agenda. So I'm going to hold that public comment until the public comment section for the hearing in the case, so that there's no question that it be made a part of the hearing record and in the zoning case. I'll indicate then that there are no minutes to approve. And then we have two cases to consider this evening. The first is 25042 7-Eleven on Park Boulevard. May I call on the attorney to, well, first of all, be sworn in and then have all your witnesses sworn in. Here's the way it works, folks. We take the petitioner's presentation. If there are any questions from the board, we'll ask those questions, and then we'll go to public comment from members of the audience. All right. Raise your right hand. Anybody else with you tonight?
Mr. Ankit Patel is not here, plus no other witnesses tonight
No witnesses?
for this case.
Okay.
You do solemnly swear or affirm in the testimony about to give at this cause and our hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
I do.
All right, your name again, sir, and spelling?
Good evening. My name is Jonathan Lipner, JONATHANLIPPNER.
Okay, and then like your last case, can we have your survey as exhibit 1 and your site plan as exhibit 2?
For those, I might have to circle back with you. I do not have the survey on me. That's might require some work for my client to gather those. They don't have them handy.
Okay, well, we'll mark the anticipated survey as petitioner's exhibit number 1. And presumably there's no building to be constructed, so it'll serve as both the survey and the site plan. Then what's all this stuff you gave us?
I gave you 2 packets, so we have 2 cases. The one with the first page, you have the intersection of Butterfield Road and Park Boulevard. I'll get to those as I move on.
Okay.
So. Well, good evening, members of the board. I represent 7-Eleven, which operates the.
You know what? I made a mistake. Let me just read the request into the record. We have a conditional use to allow a video gaming terminal established in the B1 local business zoning district. 2, a variation to allow a video gaming terminal establishment within 1,000 feet of a place of assembly and school. 3, variation to allow a video gaming terminal establishment within 1,000 feet of an existing video gaming cafe, restaurant, video gaming terminal establishment. And the matter was published in the Daily Herald on September 9, 2025. We have no objections from the various departments of the county to whom this has been circulated, but we have objections with a letter from the village of Glen Ellen. And then I guess that's all of the objections in this case. I'm sorry to interrupt, but now go ahead.
No problem at all. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And good evening, members of the board. As I said, my name is Jonathan Lipner, and I represent 7-Eleven, which operates the subject location at 3 South 035 Park Boulevard in Glen Ellen, Illinois. And as Mr. Chairman had mentioned, we seek a zoning variance and a conditional use. So I'll just give you the first lay of the land. We can look at the packet. We want to mark the first 5 pages as group exhibit 1. These are photographs of the store within the vicinity of the locations.
That would be number 2, Mr. Lipner.
Oh, number 2. Thank you. Forgot about the survey. So group exhibit number 2. On the, like, look at the bottom right of the page, I just put some page numbers for everybody's reference as we flip through here. Most of these pictures are the same. You'll see the 7-Eleven, which is on Park Boulevard, just a little bit south of Butterfield Road. And you'll see the building marked as 7-Eleven, which is near the location marked as Penny's Place, which is a nearby establishment that operates video gaming. It's about 234 feet of a distance from approximately door to door. Turning to the next page, the same picture, we have the same location of 7-Eleven, which is near the Annie's Slots at M&W Thai, which also operates video gaming. That's at a distance of about 324 feet. Turning to the next page, we have a more zoomed out picture, which shows the same 7-Eleven location near the St. Barnabas Episcopal Church. Door to door, you have a distance about, or building to building, 903 feet. Yeah, there's many structures and roadways in the way, but we turn the page to page number 4. The walking distance between the 7-Eleven building and the St. Barnabas Episcopal Church is about 0.4 miles, which is well over 1,000 feet.
My page 4 is blank and my page, I don't have anything that shows St. Barnabas Church. What's that?
Maybe you check the other packet.
Should be this one. Okay,
Does that have Butterfield and Park Boulevard?
yeah. Butterfield. Oh, that's Lloyd, okay.
So we'll turn that page number 5 of group exhibit number 2. Even more zoomed out picture, we got one more nearby location between the 7-Eleven store and Glenbard South High School. Building to building, this distance is about 1,347 feet. So as you see in group exhibit number 2, this shows the vicinity of the 7-Eleven location with video gaming and the nearby locations which we seek a variance for. And as Mr. Chairman mentioned, or I believe that this store is located in a B1 local business district, and this district is intended to provide areas for retail service establishments supplying convenient items and or personal services for the daily needs of residents within the neighborhood. So I want to give a little bit of background. It's similar to the presentation I gave last week with a different 7-Eleven store, and this will be a lot of overlap with the vision case that's scheduled for tonight. But for this store, it's been operating video gaming since March 2023. And in support of that, turning the page to number 6 in your packets, page 6 and 7, we can mark that as exhibit number 3. This is the video gaming establishment license that was issued by the Illinois Gaming Board, which is a state agency. It's issued on February 2nd, 2023. And the store has been in full compliance. And if you turn to page number 9 in your packet, which is the last page, we can mark that as exhibit number 4. This is the current video gaming establishment license that was issued by the IGB, otherwise known as the Illinois Gaming Board. It's issued on February 6, 2025, and it expires on February of 2027. So after more than 2 years of video gaming operation, and under the belief that this store had received all required approvals, around April 2024, the county informed the 7-Eleven location that it reportedly should not have been issued the Class B liquor license at the time because the location operated a dual purpose, convenience store, and a restaurant, which is the video gaming. Subsequently, in summer of 2024, the county amended its ordinances and issued a new Class G2 liquor license to this 7-Eleven location, which went into effect on July 1st, 2024 for 1 year. And 1 year later, in the summer of 2025, which was this year, near the expiration of the license, the county raised the instant 1,000 foot requirement, but the county issued the G2 liquor license to this county with the understanding that the store would be seeking zoning relief. And as I mentioned before, the video gaming operations are still in effect. They're still running, and they have been at the store since March 2023. So I can start with the legal requirements for the conditional use. Granting of this conditional use was in harmony with the general purpose and intent of this chapter of the municipal code. Will not be injurious to the neighborhood. It's not detrimental to the public welfare. It's not in conflict with the county's comprehensive plan for development and supports. As I mentioned, this location is zoned in B1, and you have actually, sorry, moving on to the legal requirements for conditional use. The video gaming will not impair an adequate supply of light and air to the adjacent property. I'm sure as we all understand, the video gaming operations are all take place in the store. There's been no improvements or no real property improvements to this location. And it will have no effect on, the air and light to any adjoining land because no such construction will be taking place or needs to be taking place. This will not increase the hazard from fire or other dangers to the property. Video gaming will have no effect on this. Store has been fully compliant with the fire code. Will not diminish the value of land in the buildings in the vicinity of this proposed conditional use. Again, it's just video gaming. This store has approximately less than 50 customers per day that play video games at the store. That's in comparison to the approximately 300 to 400 convenience store customers that come in the store each day. So the video gaming operation is going to have no effect on the traffic in this neighborhood. And for the same reason, will not unduly increase traffic congestion in the public streets and highways. And the video gaming customers that come in, they generally play no more than 10, 30 minutes and leave. Hardly anyone stays longer than that. There'll be no increase for the potential for flood damages to the adjacent property. Again, this area includes just a barricade of the 6 video gaming terminals that are locked, and only customers who present a valid photo identification showing that they're 21 years of age can enter. And they only enter after the store clerk reviews the ID, ensures it is valued, and buzzes the customer in. And video gaming operations, they will not incur any additional public expense for fire protection, rescue, or relief. Again, video gaming will have no effect on this. Customers come in, they play, and leave. This is very similar to all the hundreds of convenience store customers that have been coming in daily to this location for years who purchase lotto tickets, Slurpee, or any 7-Eleven product. The nature, just like the convenience store customers, is the video gaming customers come in, they make a quick transaction, play games, and then leave, no loitering. They go home after they're done. And lastly, for the conditional use, will not impair the public health, safety, comfort, morals, or general welfare. The inhabitants of this county will not create a nuisance. There's no nuisance creating from video gaming, just less than 50 customers come in, which is much a negligible amount compared to the convenience store customers who have come in daily. They come in, they play, and they leave. I'll turn next to the arguments for the zoning variation. There's gonna be a lot of overlap. A zoning variation is warranted here because this is in harmony with the general purpose and intent of this chapter of the municipal code. The county code will not be injurious to the neighborhood. There'll be no detriment to the public welfare, and it's not in conflict with the county's comprehensive plan for development. As I mentioned before, this is zone B1. This is the type of location that many residents in this area that they like to go, like to play the video games and leave in a peaceful manner. one thing I do want to talk about, just background for these codes that have been enacted in this county and across the country is the purpose is to create a buffer between children and vices such as video gaming and then other, other vices, cannabis, what have you not. Understand the sport has heard applications for other, other applications, at least for cannabis. That's one thing I'm aware of. I do want to emphasize, looking back to group exhibit number 2, looking at page number 3, you have the St. Barnabas Episcopal Church. Building to building, you're looking at a very close to 903-foot distance, very close to 1,000 feet. And turn to page number 4, the walking distance getting there, we're looking at 0.4 of a mile. And that's well over 1,000 feet, which is a pretty large buffer. And the same thing with the distance between Glenbard South High School and the store. Roughly, approximately door to door, according to Google Maps, you're well over 1,000 feet, about 1,347. And another point I want to emphasize for the video gaming at the store, and like all other 7-Eleven locations, it all takes place inside. It is not visible to the public. It is separated by glass barricades that are locked, so customer cannot just go in, walk in, and obtain access to the games. They have to go to the clerk first, store clerk first, present a valid ID. The clerk checks it, then we'll buzz the customer in. And all of the clerks at the 7-Eleven stores, they're properly trained to review IDs. And if there's any doubt as to the validity of the ID, they will politely decline the customer who is attempting to play. And none of the customers, they loiter, they just come in, they play, and they go home. So that's all I have for the Park Boulevard location. And I can entertain any questions that the board may have.
I don't have any questions. Anybody? All right, I'd like to go to public comment. And this is the case, I guess, where I have a comment filed an objection. It's in written form, so I'll just include it in our record as objectors, as Gallo, objector is exhibit number 1. It's I don't know, a couple 100-word statement that essentially says that Allison Gallo objects. It's dated 10/15/25 meeting date, and 10/11/25 is the date the item was sent to the county. Now, is there anyone else that would like to make a statement in favor of or in opposition to this petition? In this case?
I'll say something.
Well, good for you. Hold on just a second. Is there anybody else? Okay, so 3 people want to testify in this case? Just 3. All right, would you raise your hands and be sworn in, and then I'll tell you what the rules are.
You do solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give at this cause and hour hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Okay, whichever one of you would like to go first is fine.
I'll go first.
You have to begin by telling us your name, stating your, spelling your name, and telling us your address and where you live in relation to this property. So if you're the next door neighbor, or you live 10 miles away, we need to know that. And then you need to tell us whether you support or object to the petition. And then you'll each have 3 minutes to explain what your, the reason for your position. Okay, sir, you wanted to go first?
Yes, sir. My name is Greg Semaistrala, GregSmaistrala. I live in the Glen Ellen Woods. I am the president of our civic association. I object to this. Moving forward, the reasons why I object, I've lived in this area for the last 22 years. Lots of children have left the nest to go to the store to get candy or soda or something. And now there's gambling out more and more and more. happening in that whole neighborhood. In the strip mall, 7-Eleven. We will leave the other one alone. I don't think it's a good idea for the children from Glenbard South to go there before they go to school or go home or from school, go back, get their snacks and go back to the school. I don't approve of this. It's not what that's not what that store was originally designed for snacks, things that you don't have at the house. Gambling should be somewhere else, not in our neighborhood. That's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Next.
My first name is Linwood, Lynwood. My last name is Moffett, Moffett. I also live in Glen Ellen Woods. I'm probably pretty close to kitty corner of the 7-Eleven. One thing is, only notice has to go out to people 300 feet from the store, but there is a double-laned highway, and very few of us were notified. We found out about this kind of at the last minute because you don't have to reach far legally to notify us. I've been over 20 years here. 7-Eleven was family-owned for a very long time, wonderful family. She sold it, and since then, I can't tell you how many different people have owned the store, all been pleasant, nothing about who's owning it. I am not happy that they're gambling in there. I'm not happy that they're drinking in there. I'm not happy that they can have drinks because if I'm a bartender, I count your drinks and I decide when you're done. And you're leaving with school children, with people around, with very busy with bikes there. It's a dangerous corner. We've had lots of accidents there. I don't even know if this gambling's 24 hours. I don't know how these people got these permits to suddenly have 4 in this one little tiny area, 4 of them now. And I think the liquor store is now behind 7-Eleven, is planning on expanding and putting another type of gambling in there. I don't know if these are video games. I don't know if they're slot machines. I don't really go in there and look at it, but it's just, would you sell a house and buy a house knowing that there's 4 or 5 gambling across the street in different buildings, right across the street, closer than here to probably to the front door, because that was a long walk. So all this is taking place, plus there's one down the street, a mobile. There's a couple others coming in, and you mentioned something I lost track on. I mean, who controls the drinking in these places? That, yes, they're 21, but can you just go in? I understand you have to get a beer and then go in, you can have one at a time, or can you take 2 beers in there, or can you drink all day? People are not loitering outside, that's correct, but they're there all different times of the day or night. It is a family store where everybody runs in on a hot day for Slurpees, and now the whole side of it has a glass case with people playing games. We can see them. I mean, you don't see the games. They're right there. You can see them. I don't know if we've had any police calls. I'm not privileged to that, but I'm a little concerned that we have, I believe, 4 in the neighborhood, that one mall, 4, you think?
4 what?
4 gambling sites, 4 buildings that have
There's-
gambling.
There's 3 others.
So, sir,
7-Eleven.
Sorry, I just want to make
we
sure I
have
was
to
correct.
get a clean record, so only one person can
I'm
speak.
sorry, I just want to make sure I
You
was
can
correct.
add that to your.
For all this area, and they are next to each other. They're not 1,000 feet apart. These are right in a row. And one was a restaurant, now it's more of a gambling place. So the concern is the safety of children and families. I'm not judging the crowd that gambles, but when I go and buy a lottery ticket, I'm not taking a single beer and chugging it for half an hour and playing a game and then walking out. I will buy lottery tickets probably every day and walk out, but I'm not affecting what I'm doing or the people around me. You know, and then my last thing is, how do we track this money? Because this seems to be extremely profitable. And I'd kind of like to know what these stores are making. And as my son said, well, what the hell are they giving back to the community?
Well, I don't think we're permitted to consider that part.
No, I know, but with taxes and all, is any of this coming back to us, the profits, to help the community? Because 7-Eleven,
We're not-
nothing's been
We're
done
not
there.
permitted to consider that.
Okay, my time's probably done, but
Yeah, it is, but you need to tell us whether.
Oh, I said
take it
against
from your
it.
comments.
yes,
Okay.
definitely, yes. Sorry about that, I
You're
didn't.
next.
Oh, okay, is that okay, that's it?
Sure.
My name is Glenn Nelson, Glenn, 2 N's, Nelson, Nelson. I've lived in Glen Ellen Woods for about 15 years. I live 3 houses from the 7-Eleven.
Okay, thank you.
I
Support.
hereby strongly oppose the zoning petition for the 7-Eleven. That's Park Boulevard. This petition asks for a conditional use of two variations to allow video gaming at this location, even though DuPage County zoning ordinance requires 1,000-foot separation from places of assembly and other gaming establishments. The proposed site is less than 1,000 feet from St. Barnabas Episcopal Church. And one that wasn't mentioned is about 300 feet from Arbor View Elementary School, which is directly behind 7-Eleven. Both of which serve families and youth. And it is near, of course, Glenbard South High School and athletic fields. And it is within 100, well, I say it was 100 feet. He said 200 and 300 feet of three other gaming cafes, being Penny's Place, Annie's Slots, which is in M&W Thai. And I just walked in, first time I've ever walked in Park Liquors. They have a cage in there for gambling that's built with nothing in it, but it looks like it's prepared for gaming in there. Approving these waivers would directly undermine the county's protective standards of 1,000-foot range. Illinois law supports denial. The Illinois Video Gaming Act requires regulators to prevent undue concentration and to deny licenses where gaming would be inconsistent with the act's integrity. In Hometown Plaza versus Illinois Gaming Board, the courts upheld the denial for precisely this reason. I urge the board to uphold the county's codified zoning amendments for 1,000-foot rule and precedent rulings to deny this petition. Allowing an exception would weaken the law and harm our community. The county established the 1,000-foot buffer for a reason, to protect children, families, and the character of our community. Approving this petition, excuse me, I just got over walking pneumonia,
Oh, great.
would undo that protection and directly conflict with state law and precedent. It is ironic that the 1,000-foot rule exists to protect areas of assembly in schools, but then a 300-foot limit is set for who gets notified of the video gaming application, effectively hindering opposition from the people and parents who frequent the areas of assembly in schools. Note, Naperville and Lombard have gaming prohibitions. They don't allow it at all, as many other municipalities across Chicago metro area, mostly affluent ones, of which Glen Ellen is one. And I also heard what 7-Eleven's attorney said about a liquor license being granted in 2025 with an expectation of 1,000-foot variance being granted. It sounds like that was suggested without knowledge of the 300-foot distance of Arbor View Elementary School.
Is that it?
That's it.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Do you have the case that you cited again? Do you have any detail on that, or spelling or dates or?
Hometown Plaza versus Illinois Gaming Board.
Can you provide the citation?
Uh,
Like,
oh, by the way, this is a distance of Arbor View School from there.
What's the date of the case?
I see the case capture.
Oh,
I don't know.
Council, would you read the caption?
oh, no, you want the one for the,
You're talking about the Illinois Gaming Board case, like a
yeah, let me
second
find it.
case law. I just want the citation.
Yeah, that'd be in the, you got it here. Hometown Plaza right here. That's all I have for it.
Okay, that's.
Yeah, but you can find it. It's 2017.
What do you like?
Do you have a site? It's 2000 what?
2017.
He doesn't have the,
I don't have the
Site?
citation.
Okay.
No,
so Illinois.
Are you a lawyer, sir?
no, no.
I'll be able to find it. It's
Yeah.
IGB. Second.
All right, I'll leave the record open in the hearing tonight for if you want to submit a writing concerning your position on that case, Counselor. Okay,
You can have
You want
this
to talk
too.
about
This,
Mr. Chairman, I could also find the case and provide it to you. Just the-
well, okay, that's fine, but,
I have Westlaw access, so.
you might, Well, would you like an opportunity to respond? Somebody cites a case, you should have an opportunity to
Yes.
reply to the case.
Yeah,
All right, then I'll keep the record open for a while before we close the hearing. So that you can submit your response to that case in writing.
Can I get a couple, can I ask a couple of questions, Bob, or am I too late?
Well, wait just one moment. You're done, and there's only 3 people sworn in. Yeah, who do you want to ask questions of?
Yeah, just of the council. What are the hours of operation?
fortunately, I don't have the store owner, but the gaming cannot operate outside any state of liquor hours, so at most like 6 a.m. to I believe 2 a.m. on the weekends. I don't have the exact hours for this location. The other Mr. Ankit Patel is not here. But it is only as allowed by the liquor license allowed, so it's not 24/7.
And can they drink in there?
They can.
They can. Is there a public restroom in there?
No. You don't know?
I don't know firsthand, I've been inside the
There's
store.
not.
Okay, hold on, folks.
But the one thing I will like to add is to obtain the video gaming license, the Illinois Gaming Board requires the locations to have a liquor license to pour in order to operate video gaming. That is a requirement by the Illinois Gaming Board.
Okay, we'll close. Do you have any wrap-up comments in addition to those that you just made?
If I can make a few brief comments.
Well, certainly.
Or, I know there were some comments from the public comments concerning alcohol service, as I mentioned, that's like the license is required by the Illinois Gaming Board. These customers are not unruly. They come in, they may drink, but they gamble for not more than 10 to 30 minutes and then they leave. I understand the concern about there being gambling within the neighborhood. Completely understand, but it is all indoors. It's closed off. Children cannot access it. They need to show a valid photo ID. They need to be 21 years of age to enter. And you mentioned you can't consider any of the finances or the revenue on that, but the
We're not
only,
entitled to consider whether it's a boon to the county or not a
Yeah.
boon to the county.
but the Illinois Video Gaming Act, it will specify the profits that are split between the video gaming terminal operator, which is the vendor who supplies the operations. Here, that's Excel Entertainment. That's a separate entity than the establishment, which is 7-Eleven. The Video Gaming Act and the IGB rules require that to be separate. So they each get a share of the profits, and then I believe it might be a third. You have to check the Video Gaming Act of what is actually tax revenue. So this is a profitable business. A lot of it is taxed. That's just one thing I want to make clear for the record. And that is all I have. And one comment, regarding the case, I understand it's Hometown Plaza versus Illinois Gaming Board. I have read a lot of these gaming board cases. These are generally challenges from those who have their denial of a license or a required use agreement, which is the contract where the Illinois Gaming Board will deny. The Illinois Gaming Board is very involved with this industry. It is very heavily regulated. If there is something wrong, the gaming board will shut the terminals or the establishment or the video gaming operations down. So generally the case law that you see where the Illinois Gaming Board is the party, the gaming board has shut down the establishment for non-compliance, and that is not relevant to this case or to our petition here. There's been no issues with any IGB compliance. The store has been fully compliant with the with all gaming board requirements here. So very heavily regulated industry, and the store has been fully compliant.
Mr. Lipner, how often have you been to this particular location?
To be honest, I've not been to these locations. I'm from Lamont, Illinois, Cook County. I live in the city. My firm got involved, but I've been around Butterfield Road plenty of times throughout my life. I can't speak personally to these locations though.
Well, you did speak personally to quite a great degree and in some detail because your client is not here to tell us anything, and yet
It's not information supplied by my client. In preparation for tonight's hearing petition.
All right, thanks very much. We'll close the hearing. When did we set this for the December recommendation meeting? Fifth?
December 4th.
Fourth. Okay, well, we'll consider this at our December 4 recommendation hearing. That's at 5:30, probably in room 3500B. In fact, definitely in 3500B, since I have to set it for a specific place. All right, that closes this case, but the record will remain open for, we want like 3 weeks or something to respond to the case.
3 weeks, that will work.
I'll tell you what, we'll give you 2 weeks before December 4th.
Okay.
So that's significantly more. Just submitted in the regular course. All right, then my next case on the agenda is the Lloyd Avenue case. That's 25044 711 34077 Lloyd Avenue. And this is a request for conditional use to allow a video gaming terminal establishment in a B1 local business zoning district with a variation to allow video gaming terminal establishment within 1,000 feet of a school and daycare. Matter was published to the Daily Herald September 30, 2025. And we have, let's see, objections from the village of Downers Grove, objections from the village of Lombard, and no other comments from any of the various authorities. Same situation with respect to the survey.
Yes. Wait, Mr. Shrug, so. Sure.
Well, we'll figure that out later. But let's assume that we need a survey and that'll be number one. But then, would you be sworn in with this case?
Yes.
Is anybody else that wants to testify?
Yes, and Mr. Shrug Patel.
Raise your right hands, please. You do solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give at this cause and out hearing will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
I do.
Mr. Patel, I'll ask you to identify yourself at the time that you make your presentation, okay? Mr. Wilter, to you.
I'll just ask you to confirm information. Yeah. Okay. Will this be suitable as exhibit 1 for the plat survey?
Oh, that's a survey? Okay, great.
Sorry, I found it late.
That's okay with me. Well, this can't be a survey.
No, that's not, okay. Sorry.
I mean,
We can get the real estate guys involved.
how big is this site? A third of an acre? Well, okay, maybe it's a copy of a portion of a survey. I don't know.
This was in my franchise agreement, so I was going through it.
Okay, well, we'll take it as, we still need a valid survey, but I'll take this as the proffered exhibit to be substituted with the proper survey, unless we resolve this survey issue. Okay, next.
All right, good evening again, members of the board. My name is Jonathan Lipner. I represent the subject property at South 651 Lloyd Avenue, Lombard, Illinois, where there is another 7-Eleven store operated by the store owner, Mr. Shrug Patel, who is here with me this evening. The store seeks a zoning variance to operate video gaming with a less than 1,000 foot distance from a school and daycare. And it also seeks a conditional use to operate video gaming in a B1 local business district. If you can turn to the second packet I provided you this evening, it's the larger one. This will give you a lay of the land of the 7-Eleven store and the nearby daycare and school. So near the intersection of Butterfield Road and Lloyd Avenue. Yeah, the preschool and the next generation childcare, they're both across the streets. We can mark pages 1 and 2. This package has group exhibit 2. Here we have a relatively close distance, door to door between the 7-Eleven and the Monarcha Montessori preschools, about 194 feet. Turn to page 2. Distance between the 7-Eleven store and the next generation childcare is about 201 feet. And again, this store is zoned in a B1 local business district, and B1 district is intended to provide areas for retail or service establishments supplying convenience items or personal services for the daily needs of residents within the neighborhood. So the background for the store, this store has been operating video gaming since about February 12th, 2022. Is that correct, Mr. Patel?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to show you a number of exhibits.
Can I suggest, you've given a fair bit of factual testimony, with respect to the first case. It looks like you're gonna make some representations in that regard. Now, you've just turned to Mr. Patel to confirm one. Why don't you give your full testimony and then ask him like an offer of proof if he heard it and if he agrees? At
Makes
the end.
sense.
Does that make sense? It'll speed things up a little.
I am very in favor of that. And in the interest of speed, we can flip through this packet here. I just want to make a clean record of the documents supporting that this store has been operating video gaming since February 2022. It's been issued all the liquor license by the county since 2021. And then the Class G2 liquor license is 2024, and it's received the required Illinois Gaming Board licenses. And it has the valid use agreement with Excel, which is required by Illinois Gaming Board rules and regulations. Does the board have any preference on just entering a group exhibit number 3 into the record? That's the remaining pages of this packet. I'm not sure if there's any.
Well, if you think it's material, I don't think there's a dispute about these things. If the exhibits are offered to show dates, et cetera, then that's fine.
Yeah, I just want to show dates, and it's been full compliance. The licenses have been issued by the county, liquor license have been issued by the county. The Illinois Gaming Board has issued the establishment licenses.
What's
So,
page 4?
this, first you have pages 3, beginning on page 3, you have the initial liquor license by the states. This is what the state issued as a blank second page.
Oh, I see.
I can walk you through this. Pages 3 and 4, it's state liquor license. Including pages, in addition, pages 5 and 6, so it's above all state rules. Page 7, it's the 2021 Class B liquor license issued by the county. Page 8 is the 2022 Class B liquor license issued by the county. Page 9 is the Class B 2023 liquor license issued by the county. And this one includes the certificate of liability insurance, it's page 10. Bear with me, 11, it's in much smaller print on the top right, is the 2025 Class G2 liquor license. This is the only G2 license I have available this evening. Page 12, this is the liquor license renewal applications, just shows the required information that the store was required to provide to the county to be issued. Page 15 is the, oh wait, that's part of that same exhibit. Page 17 is the Illinois Gaming Board Video Gaming Establishment License for what was issued on January of 2022. Page 19 is the 2023 Video Gaming Establishment License issued by the Gaming Board. And then page 20 is the use agreements between the location and Excel, which is the terminal operator, which is required by the Illinois Gaming Board to operate video gaming. So again, we have a similar situation with this store. Gaming operations have been in effect since February of 2022. And after 2 years of operations, the county informed the store that it should not have been issued the Class B liquor license in the first place because it operated, again, a dual purpose convenience store and a restaurant. And subsequently, the county amended its ordinances to issue the new Class G2 liquor license to 7-Eleven, which went into effect in 2024. And the county renewed the liquor license, video gaming operations continued. Again, we reached 2025. This year, it's the first time the issues of the 1,000-foot distance requirements were raised with the store by the county. And the county did issue the Class G2 liquor license. Again, there have been talks with one county official about the issues that were arisen, and the county agreed to issue the license in 2025. And again, it was requested by the county and made known to the county that the store would be submitting its zoning relief application petitions. Yeah, and I'll start with the standards for the conditional use. Yeah, it's the same presentation as before.
You want to
There's,
adopt that record,
I can adopt that record.
or that portion of that record?
That portion of the record. And I do want to talk about, there are some differences with the store location. Again, it's very similar operations. You have, these are barricaded off. Customers must show a valid ID, which is checked by the store clerk. And if the ID is valid, the store clerk will buzz the patron in, and they can enter the barricaded off video gaming area. This store has, does receive more traffic, but it's less than 50 customers play video gaming per day on average. It's an estimate, but it does average about 550 convenience store customers per day. Again, less than 50 convenience store video gaming patrons is negligible in comparison to the traffic that comes in for the convenience store. Generally, these customers can stay about 20 to 30 minutes maximum. Less than 5% of these customers will play for an hour or two. That's generally the most, but it's not common. Most of the clientele for this store for video gaming, they generally come in the late afternoon, early evening, about 4 or 5. This is generally an after work crowd that comes after the businesses. I know we have a nearby school and daycare, but there's only a few children that will come by. They're dropped off in the morning. These children are about 2 to 4 years old. They're dropped off. They're supervised. They don't enter the store by themselves. They're supervised and they leave. And then generally the most video gaming customers, they come in after. So, Mr. Patel, do you agree with that presentation?
Yes.
And I guess I'll complete my presentation.
Okay, anything from Mr. Patel in addition?
Just to the question that he had about how do we control drinking? It's only one drink you can take with you. We monitor it. They're not allowed to take anything extra, even if they want, they're not allowed to. So we regulate all of the drinking, just like a bar does, just like a restaurant does. And similar thing, we have been selling alcohol as a packaged liquor. If we see somebody that is not, that is intoxicated, we refuse to sell. We will never, do this because we've been doing it for 17 years at this location that I've owned it. I've owned businesses and worked in liquor stores since 2001. So I regulate that to my employees and I hold them to it. So we don't want any consequences. And those customers that come in to play the video gamings, I would say 20%, not even, are there to drink. They're only there to play. Most of them are taking sodas, energy drink, and they're just like, okay, I can take this with me. And the drinks cannot leave the premises. If it's alcoholic drink, they have to leave it there. If they're leaving, they have to leave. So most of the time, those customers know that. So that's why they will get like a soda or, a fountain drink or Slurpee or something like that to drink, because they can take that with them. So and we do watch them. We make sure that, nobody's causing the nuisance outside.
Okay, good information. Thank you. Okay, I don't have any questions. Any questions from the board members? Are there any people in the audience that want to make a comment about this case? Okay, I don't see any. Mr. Lipner, do you have any wrap-up comments? No?
Again, my final comment is, the store has been reliant on the issuance of the licenses as received from the county and the gaming board over the last, since they've been in operations, they've been reliant on it. This is the first time where there's been enforcement on the county's end for raising objections or not compliance with the ordinances. So, they've been reliant on that, and that's my final comment here.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you want me to hold the record? There's nothing else to submit on this case, right? So I could close this record?
Yes.
All right, the record in this case will be closed. Matter will be heard December 4 at 5:30 at our regular December recommendation meeting with a series of other cases. That's closes the testimony and record in case 25044. I'll indicate there's no old business to be considered, no new business to be considered. So we are ready to adjourn the meeting for this evening, and we are so adjourned. Thank you.